You've probably heard the phrase, sweet little lies. Not the obvious lies, not the kind that blow up friendships or get people fired. I'm talking about the quiet ones, the lies you whisper to yourself, the lies that don't sound like lies, because they wear the costume of logic. And here's the dangerous part. These lies don't make you feel guilty. They make you feel safe. They protect your ego. They protect your identity. They protect the story you tell yourself about who you are. And that's exactly why they trap you. Today, I'm going to tell you a story that starts with a fox and ends with something uncomfortable. Your mind would rather distort reality than admit you were wrong. That psychological maneuver has a name: cognitive dissonance. Let's begin. There's an old fable by Aesop. A fox is walking through the forest when he sees something that stops him cold. A vine. And hanging from it, fat, heavy, perfect purple grapes. Not average grapes. Not nice enough grapes. These are the kind of grapes designed to mock hunger itself. The fox freezes. He can taste them already. So he steps forward, puts his paws on the vine, stretches his neck, and he jumps. Nothing. Too high. He backs up, tries again, jumps harder. Still nothing. A third time, full effort, no hesitation. He launches himself and slams back into the ground. No grapes, not even a leaf shaken loose. Now he's standing there, panting, exposed, humiliated. Because this isn't hunger anymore. Now it's ego. So the fox does something revealing. He doesn't admit defeat. He doesn't say, I can't reach them. Instead, he changes the story. He squints at the grapes like a spoiled critic, scoffs, and says, those grapes aren't even ripe. Sir, why would I want those? And he walks away with his head held high, as if he rejected them. Not the other way around. That moment right there is the essence of cognitive dissonance, because the fox had a problem, a painful contradiction. He wanted the grapes, but he couldn't get them. That tension is intolerable to the mind, so he had three options. 1, get the grapes. 2, admit he wasn't capable. 3, rewrite reality. And option 3 is what most humans choose, instinctively, because it hurts less. Now, let's stop pretending this is about animals. You've done this. Maybe not with grapes, but with something far more important. Let's talk about the modern fox. You buy a new car. You obsessed over it, watched reviews, compared specs, imagined yourself in it. You told people, you posted photos, you made it part of your identity. Then reality shows up. The engine is loud, but not powerful loud. Unhinged loud. The seat feels wrong, your back aches. The interior looks cheaper than you remember, and every drive delivers a quiet punch of regret. Now comes the fork in the road. You could return it and admit you made a bad decision. You could sell it and take the financial and social hit. Or your brain can step in and protect you. So it does. Suddenly you're saying, I actually like the loud engine. It's aggressive. These seats are firm, that's better for posture. This car is raw, it's not for weak people. You didn't upgrade the car, you upgraded the excuse. You turned discomfort into a feature, regret into pride. That's cognitive dissonance. And it's everywhere. Let's make it sharper. You apply for a job. You prepare obsessively. Rewrite your CV. Rehearse answers. Picture the offer email. You start living in the future. Then it comes. Unfortunately, rejected. That sting isn't just about the job. It's about your self-image. Because now a voice whispers, maybe you're not as good as you think. Your brain hates that voice, so it silences it. You start saying, that company was probably toxic. The culture felt fake. I didn't even want it like that. I was testing my value. Notice something. You didn't say that before the rejection. You created that story after, to anesthetize the pain. That's cognitive dissonance resolution, and it's so smooth, it feels like wisdom. But it isn't. It's self-defense. Now here's where it becomes lethal. Cognitive dissonance doesn't just save you from embarrassment, it locks you into bad decisions for years. Let's talk about one of the most famous psychology experiments ever run. In 1959, researchers asked students to perform tasks so boring they were mentally corrosive. Not mildly dull, soul-draining. Then they split the students into two groups. One group got paid $1, the other got paid $20. Both were told to lie and say the task was fun. Later, the researchers asked, "Be honest, how was it?" The $20 group said the truth. It was boring. Why? They had justification. But the $1 group, they said it was enjoyable. They convinced themselves. Why? Because $1 wasn't enough reason to lie, so their minds rewrote reality to stay consistent. If I did this for $1, it must not have been that bad. That's the danger. The mind doesn't care about truth. It cares about coherence, comfort over accuracy. Now look at your life. Have you ever defended a bad purchase, a course, a program, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? You realized too late it wasn't what you were sold, but instead of admitting it, you doubled down. This is long-term. You don't understand the vision. It's early. That's not conviction. That's ego hemorrhaging. Because once you invest money, time, or reputation, your brain welds the decision to your identity. And it would rather destroy your future than admit your past self was wrong. Relationships? This one ruins lives. At first, they were charming, magnetic, promising. Then the cracks appeared. Lies, disrespect, disappearing acts. Your friends noticed, you didn't. You said, "They're just stressed. They had a hard childhood. I know them better than anyone." And the longer you stay, the harder it becomes to leave. Because leaving now means saying, "I ignored the signs." So your brain does what the fox did. These grapes were sour anyway. You rebrand pain as growth, disrespect as complexity, neglect as depth. That's cognitive dissonance. And it keeps people loyal to cages. It shows up in morality too. Someone believes they're a good person. Then they do something dishonest. Now there's tension. I'm good. I did something bad. So the mind edits the meaning. They deserved it. I had no choice. That's how the world works. The action doesn't change. The justification does. Cognitive dissonance doesn't ask, "What's true?" It asks, "What stops the discomfort?" Now investing. You choose stock A over stock B. You commit. Then reality humiliates you. Stock A crashes. Stock B explodes. You don't just lose money, you lose certainty in your judgment. So you defend. It's undervalued. I'm long-term. This is just noise. You're not managing risk. You're defending your ego. The market doesn't reward loyalty, it rewards accuracy. So why does the brain do this? Because cognitive dissonance is pain. Holding two opposing truths at once is unbearable. I'm smart, but I was wrong. I'm strong, but I stayed. I'm disciplined, but I failed. So the mind numbs the pain with a story where you're still the hero, but that story costs you growth. Now, here's the antidote. One sentence. Short, terrifying, liberating. I was wrong. That sentence feels like ego death, but it isn't. It's power. Because the moment you stop defending a mistake, you regain control. Cognitive dissonance chains you to the past. Truth frees you to correct course. Back to the fox. He couldn't reach the grapes, so he insulted them. That's what people do with life. They fail a dream, then call the dream stupid. They get rejected, then call the opportunity worthless. They lose someone, then claim they never cared. Not because they're evil, not because they're stupid, because their mind craves peace more than progress. Cognitive dissonance is the lie that soothes your ego while robbing your future. So the next time you feel that tension, pause and ask yourself, am I adjusting my strategy or rewriting the story? Because rewriting feels good, but it keeps you stuck. Truth cuts, but it builds killers. And reality is where winners are forged.
Thanks for spending time with us. If this sparked a new way of thinking, hit like and subscribe to keep the ideas flowing. And don't forget, check the description for the links to the original books and resources we used today. We'll see you in the next one.